pillars. Today we are going to study about circle. But before that, we are going to review the basic geometric figures. And what are these? First one, the very basic of our geometric figure is this one. And what is this one? This is our point. So what is our definition of a point? A point does not exist, but it is there. It is there, but it is not there. Why? Because the definition for our point is it has no width, it has no length, it has no thickness. We cannot measure these three: length, width, and thickness. But the point is just like an idea. Okay, it's an idea. So we cannot measure a point. And the symbol for point, because that is an idea, is a very small dot. That is our point. Okay, how do we name a point? We name a point by a single letter. So if we have point A here, we put A here. And if there is nothing is given here, we understand that that one is our point. So, or we can put point here to signify that that one is point A. Okay, let's go to the other one. The other one is this one, the second one. And what is that one? That is a line. This one is a line. How can we say that this is a line? What I mean is, it's not only straight line or straight line. It's not a curved line. It's not a zigzag line. It's a straight line. So, in geometry, when we say line, we are referring to the straight line. Now, this is a line because we can see the double arrows here. There are two double arrows here. Now, if you see that double arrows there, it signifies only that our line does not end here. It does not end here only. A line has an indefinite length in this direction. Go forever. And in this direction to the left, it will go forever to the left. So for a line, we cannot measure its length. But there is a length. Okay? There is an indefinite length. A length that we cannot measure. What about the thickness and width of this line? Line doesn't have thickness or width, only length, and that length is indefinite. Means we cannot measure the total length of our line. That is our line. Now we can call our line by a single letter. We can have like M only, that is the point. And if we have that M there without a point, just put line and signify that that one is a line. Because if you're not going to put the word line here, M can be mistaken as point M. Okay. Now if we have two here, 2 points, we have B and C, we can call this line as symbol B, C, and then we have a line, 2 double arrows written above, and this one is line BC. Okay. Now after our line is our what we call the line segment. This one is a line only. When we have segment, what do you mean by segment? Segment means part of a line. So a line segment, the symbol for line segment is if we have like up to here only and up to here only, and we have EF here. Now we can write this one as EF. And we put a line here without any arrows. Okay, you don't see any arrow above there. It's only a line. Unlike in the line that you have to put the double arrows there. Here we don't have. It means that we can measure the length of E to F. So if you have a ruler, you can measure the length of this one from E to F, because this line segment means it's only part of a line. Because a line, we can measure the length. But if that is only part of a line, we can measure its length. And we can name that one by 2 letters and then putting the line above without any arrow there. Those are point, line, and line segment. And the other one is, we have another one in which we call the arc, like that one. The symbol for arc, unlike this one, for example, we have a circle here, and we have an E here, and we have an F there. So we have, this is our arc. How do we name that one? We name that one, the symbol for that one is EF. And then instead of this line, or instead of this symbol for line, the symbol for arc is an arc. Like an arc also, it's like this. It's not a straight line. It's an arc. So this one is arc EF, means it is this EF here. Okay? Now, let's erase this one and let's have our circle now. This is only a review. Should be the first topic. In geometry class, that is your first topic. Point, line segments, you have rays, you have arcs, but usually up to rays only. Okay, this is our circle, and we have many parts of a circle. We have 5 only, there are 8, there are so many, but the most important parts of our circle are, we have the chord, the diameter, the circumference, so that you will not be confused. Let us study this line segments in our circle. First one is, how do we name a circle? We name a circle by the name at the center. So this is called circle O, because this one is point O. This is also circle point. This is point O, this one is circle O also. And this circle is called circle A, because the center is point A. So, what is our definition of a circle? A circle is, this is the set of all points here. Here, we have so many points here that we cannot count. You can say that we have an indefinite number of points here along the circle, and this set of points here are all equidistant to the center. Equidistant means the distance of this point up to there is equal to the distance of the point here up to the center. They are all equal. The distance of these points, all of these points to the center are all equal, equidistant. So that is our definition of a circle. Now the distance of any point on the circle to the center is called the radius. So here, what is the radius here? O to D is a radius, O to C is a radius, and we have an indefinite number of radii that we can put here. Because we have an indefinite number of points, we have also an indefinite number of radii that we can have here in our circle. Okay, let's have this one. First is this line. There are only 2 lines here. We have the tangent and the secant. So what's the difference between the tangent and the secant? The tangent is touching the circle. It's a line. This is a line because of the double arrows. It is touching only our circle at one point. That is so small there. It touches our circle at point P. That is called tangent. It is not line segment, it's a line touching our circle at only one point. And that one, remember this tangent, we will use that one. Unlike secant, secant is not usually used. It's rarely used. It's only for identification. What is that secant and tangent? Just to compare. Okay. Now, a secant here is a line also. It passes through the circle, but it intersects our circle at 2 points. At point A, at point B, we can have another secant here. We can have another secant, everything. We have an indefinite number of secants that we can put in our circle. Like, we can have also an indefinite number of tangent here that we can put in our circle. It's always indefinite. We cannot measure how many. For example, tangent. We can have our line here. Okay, that is our tangent. We can have our tangent here. Line here. We can have our tangent here. We can have our tangent here. We can have our tangent here. So, can you count the number of tangents here? No. We have an indefinite number of tangents in our circle. So, just like secant. Secant, we can have our line here. We can have our line here. We can have our line here. So, we have also an indefinite number of secant that can be drawn to in our circle. So you know now that two lines, if we have lines in a circle, it's either a tangent or a secant. Okay, let's have a line segment. So line segment, we can measure the length of a line segment. So I have here a line segment. We have line segment here from A to B. We have a line segment here, CO or OD or CD. Those are the line segments here. Now we have EF also, which is through line segment. Okay, let's talk about line segment now. For line segment, this line segment, so how many line segments can we draw here? We can draw again an indefinite number of line segments. We have this line segment. We can draw another line segment here, we can draw another line segment there, and we have an indefinite number of line segments in our circle. Okay, this one is called chord. Okay, this one is chord, this is chord. This A to B is chord also, but if the chord passes through the center O, we have this chord CD. It is called, it is a special name, diameter. It is called now diameter. When a chord passes through the center, it is now not a chord anymore. It is called by its special name diameter. So if a chord passes through the center, there is no other name for that. We know that one is always diameter. It's we are familiar with diameter. But half of the diameter from O to D is a special a line segment, not so special. And it's called radius. From O to D is radius. O to C is our another radius. For the diameter, we can put our diameter as C, D, and the symbol of line segment, because diameter is a line segment. We can measure the diameter length. Okay, how many diameter can we have here? Again, we have an indefinite number of diameters that we can put here in our circle. How many radii or how many radius or radii can we have here? We have an infinite number of radii here. But the radii, they are equal in length. Okay. If the two radius or the radii are not equal in length, they are not on the same circle. They are concentric circles. So we have this one is chord, written with the line segment. This one is a chord, special type of chord because it passes to the center. It's the diameter. This one, even though this one is the secant, is a line. We have point here, point A and point B. We can have this one as also as our chord, but we cannot name that one as diameter. Alright, we can put that one, and we are referring to chord AB only, not to the secant. The secant is AB, this one is the secant, and then we put the double arrows. Okay, let's have circle arcs. So we have circle O with point A, point B, point C, and point D. Now, in arcs, we have three kinds of arcs. We have the minor arcs, we have the major arcs, and the last one is not, this one is not commonly used, is the semicircle. Yes, we are using the semicircle, but when we are referring to the arcs, we are not calling semicircle as an arc anymore. We are calling it in its name semi-circle. So minor arc, we use 2 letters. Major arcs, we use 3 letters. For semicircle, we use only 2 letters here, because semicircle is neither minor nor major. But semicircle consists of 2 arcs, 1 minor arc and 1 major arc. So let's have this one. What is an arc? An arc is the length of the side, or what do you call it? The side? No. It's the length of the circle. The part of a circle. It's only part of a circle. So, for example, we need this one. The arc from A to B, or arc from B to A. Alright. This arc here, this length from A to B is called an arc. This is called an arc because that one is not straight. So that arc is either minor or major. Of course, semicircle is different. So what do we call this one? Because it is smaller than half of the circle. Smaller than half of the circle, we call that as minor arc. Okay. So I just labeled this one. It's a minor arc. Now, how do we name that? We name that one using 2 letters from A to B. So, from A to B here, A, B, or B, A. Then, we put the symbol of our arc, which is a curved line, like that. That is A to B. What about B to C? So, we can put here B, C, and a symbol of a curved line like this. B, C. If you want the arc BC, or sometimes we call arc. This one is arc AB. This one is arc BC. We put the word arc if you don't want the symbol. Now, if this arc reaches the C, and from A to C is the diameter, that is not called anymore a minor arc or major arc. We call that one as semicircle. And we have a semicircle here. If you put like AC, you can put that one is our semicircle. And semicircle has 1 minor arc and 1 major arc. Okay, let's have major arc. If this one goes beyond the C and it's up to here, so we are finding what do you call this arc from A going to D. That is already a major arc. So for major arc here, we write here A. We cannot put AD because if we are going to put only 2 letters here, we will be referring to the minor arc AD. So, how do we know it's a major arc? Major arc is usually written using 3 letters. So, we need to choose a letter here. B, if you want, B. And then the final, the end is D. So, we put like that, and that is a major arc. If you don't want to use the B, you can use A, then the C, and then the D. Alright, that is a major arc. Now, if you don't have letters here, the B and C are not there, you have A and D only. So you can put, if you are referring to the major arc, you write major arc, if you want, and then letter AD, meaning you are referring to the major arc. You can put here also that symbol if you want. But because of the word major here, you are not referring to the minor arc, but to the major arc, if you don't see any letter there. Okay, but usually we have 3 letters to signify that that one is a major arc and 2 letters for a minor arc. Semicircle. Okay, let's have now circle segments. For segments, you have the minor segment and the other one is the major segment. We have a chord here, class. This one is chord AC and we have two segments here. This smaller one is called the minor segment and the other one is called the major segment. So we have a chord and this area here, which I am going to shade, is called the minor segment. So this one is our minor segment. What about the other one, the other side? So this one, because this is more than a semicircle, is our major segment. So a circle, when we have minor segment, we have also a major segment. If we have a major segment here, then the other one, the other half, the other part of the circle will be the minor segment. So if you have a semicircle, both of them will be not a minor, not a major. It can be a minor or major if you have a semicircle. And we call all of the semicircle area called segment. The other one is another segment. So those are how to identify our segments. Minor, smaller than a semicircle. Major segment is more than, the area is more than a semicircle area. Okay, let's have the minor sector and the major sector. So for the minor sector, we have the radius. We have this one is the minor arc. And the sector here is this, the entire triangle here. This is our sector, minor sector, because it is less than semicircle. That is our sector. The major sector, of course, here the major sector will be from here up to here, more than a semicircle area, like that. Here, the major sector is the big one. So we have here, this one is our major sector. But usually in our problems involving sector, we usually use only the minor sector to compute for the arc, to compute for the area of this sector. The minor sector is used. So we have this one as the major sector. The other one is the minor sector. Just like this one, this is the minor sector, and the other one is called the major sector. Segment is different. Segment is here, like here, that one is our segment, and our segment here is here. Small one, that is segment. There's a difference between segment and sector. Sector means the whole thing, up to the arc. But segment is from that chord only to the arc. Here, class, we have the difference between the central angle and the inscribed angle. So for the central angle, this one is an angle from the center. The word central means center. So we have the center of the circle at this point, and the angle is there, near the point O, the center of the circle. We call that central angle. Inscribed angle is different. The angle is at the circumference. This one is the circumference of the circle itself. And it is standing on the arc. It is standing on the arc of a circle. So this is our inscribed angle. For the inscribed angle, we usually do this one in degrees. For the central angle, to use this angle theta here, it should be the theta usually in computation should be converted into radians here.